Heaven Lambert versus Joshua Bussell. Case number 2019-006000-DP. For the record, Mr. Bussell this morning is appearing via Zoom from the Monroe County Jail, having apparently been arrested on a bench warrant issued at the request of the front of the court. Also appearing this morning is the Monroe County Front of the Court Attorney Rebecca Hicks. Good morning, Ms. Hicks.
Good morning, Judge.
Mr. Bussell, can you please state your name and current address for the record?
Joshua Bussell. I just currently moved. I'm not familiar with the address at this time, but I know it's room 109. I'm right off of Welcome Way, right across the street from Travel Lodge at Days Inn.
Okay, so you're living in a motel?
Yes, I have no other choice. I got evicted from where I was before to now I'm in this motel, and if I'm trying to keep it to where I can have a stable place to live.
Okay. Do you have any pending criminal charges?
Not at this time, because this one was just when I got pulled over last night, the officer told me that this was the only warrant that showed up. And it kind of shocked me, to be honest with you. It shocked me. I thought I had all my court proceedings taken care of.
Well, I'm not sure why it would shock you, Mr. Bussell. If you have an obligation to pay child support and you're not paying child support and you've not been in contact with the front of the court, there's probably a really good chance there's a bench warrant out for your arrest. So I'm not sure why you would be surprised.
Well, I thought I'm sorry. I thought I was getting everything caught up with all my court hearings. Okay. I thought I was literally caught up. That could have been my learning disability. I could have not forgot, but it could have just, I thought I did. I probably just didn't make a payment. I think that's what it is.
Well, and even if you're disabled and you're unemployed, you contact the front of the court, they'll work with you, Mr. Bussell. But when you ignore an obligation sitting in your hands, bench warrant's issued. And Ms. Hicks, can you provide the court some basic information in terms of the arrearages, last payment made, and so forth?
Certainly, Your Honor. This case has a monthly support obligation of $58 per month. The last payment received was June 2nd of 2022 for $50. The current balance is $1,886.90. Your Honor, Mr. Bussell was just incarcerated in December of 2022. On December 12th, you found him in contempt of court. It was a first finding. He was sentenced to 7 days immediate jail, so he has a 38-day balance.
I was
at that
also
time, Your Honor.
Hold on just a minute, Mr. Bussell.
At
that time, he was ordered upon his release to report to the front of the court, pick up the jobs list, and apply for employment prior to the next hearing. And it's the next hearing that he failed to appear at, which was on February 7th. In between the hearing he missed and when we actually requested a bench warrant, he did find himself back in the jail. However, he was released from the jail again prior to the bench warrant issuing for him. He did not come to the front of the court. He has not made a payment. He has not had contact with his caseworker, Mark Grumman, regarding missing the hearing. So the bench warrant actually just issued for him, Your Honor, last week.
Okay, right. Now I understand.
Okay. Mr. Bussell, it wasn't that long ago that you were before this court in December.
I was in the
3 months ago.
Of moving. Yes, I was just in the process of moving, and I must have forgot because I packed up everything, my calendars and my appointment book and everything. I must have forgot that I had another appointment. That is totally my fault. Is there any way that we can resolve this to where I can get home today, to where I can have this resolved immediately, to where I can have some type of contact information to reach out to somebody that would help me with my disabilities?
Well, Mr. Bussell, you've ignored the front of the court since December. You were given a notice here in February. Let's assume you lost the paperwork. Okay, that's understandable. Why couldn't you come into the front of the court and say, you know what, I just want to touch base with everyone. Even if there was a bench warrant issue and you appeared, we would have canceled the bench warrant. But you've totally ignored this obligation, and you've not made any payments since June of 2022.
I had no income. I have no income.
How do you support first of all, are you disabled, Mr. Bustle?
I'm mentally disabled, but I don't receive
Okay.
disability
Have you applied for
checks.
Social Security?
I'm trying, but I can't comprehend the paper.
Okay.
I barely can
Well,
read.
If you come in and talk with the front of the court, your caseworker, they'll give you a list of employers that are screening for employees, and they can help you find a job that will tolerate your disability, alleged disability, Mr. Bustle. Well, you've ignored this obligation. You've done nothing. So how do you currently support yourself? Public assistance?
My fiance is helping me trying to get back on my feet.
Good.
That's
How
the
much
only
can your
support I got left.
Okay. Well, so do you receive any public assistance, or your fiance supporting you?
I got state insurance.
Right. What about income? Do you receive any public? Do you receive unemployment?
If anybody gives me, no, it's just if somebody gives me a cleaning job, somebody that will give me something that I can clean or something to do, then I can work. But every time I put an application in, nobody hires me. I don't know what the deal is. So I'm gonna go down through another temp service and see if I can do that again.
Well, the front of the
And I'm
court, once
possibly
again,
battling cancer.
Mr. Bustle, we went through this in December. Once again, the front of the court is a 4-page list of employers that are screening for employees. I can get a job today at Michigan Bar,
Yeah.
washing dishes. Can you do that?
Oh, you know what? I remember that list. You're right. I remember that list because I do have that list somewhere, but I remember you handing it to me. Not you directly, but I remember getting it from you guys.
Well, the front of the court updates it every month. So when you get out of jail, you need to come over to the front of the court and get a copy of that list and get a job.
Yes,
there's some jobs you should be able to do with your disability.
It's hard with my disability. It's really hard. And especially when I barely can read.
Well, there's jobs that you don't need to read. Like say washing dishes. Jack's Lawn Service is looking for people. In any event, get that job list. All right. Your fiance or your girlfriend can post a bond on your behalf. Is that correct?
No, she can't post bond. She don't have that kind of money. We just recently moved. We just spent about, let me think, about $300, $400 she just spent, not me. She did just in an apartment. And then we just got kicked out of there, and I had to get help from my dad to get a motel room because we had no money.
Okay. Can your dad post a bond on your behalf?
My dad's broke.
Okay.
I mean, how much would it be? I mean, I'm trying to come up with ways that would be able to help, but if I can get out today, that would help out big time because technically I was supposed to have my visit today with my son, Junior. And I'm in here.
Unless you can post a bond, Mr. Boss, that's not going to happen. You need to, your actions speak louder than your words. You keep saying, I'm going to do this and do this. You've done nothing since your last in court in December. You have 38 days hanging your head. So the court's going to pose some additional jail, but you can post a bond if you're going to be out of jail. But when you get out of jail, Mr. Bustle, you need to stop in front of the court, get a list, talk with your caseworker. They can help you. If in fact you're disabled, then you let your caseworker know that. Apply for public assistance.
Your Honor, I do need some help. I don't need any more jail time. If I stay in jail, Your Honor, I'm going to lose my home. I'm going to lose my son. I can't.
You said you have no home. You're just renting a hotel, Mr. Bustle, and you're not going to lose your son.
That's the only home that's the only home I got. I can't lose that. I can't lose my son.
Okay. Well, you're not going to lose your son. Ms. Six, do you have any questions of Mr. Bustle?
No, Your Honor, I have no additional questions.
Nobody can afford that bond.
Mr. Bustle, once again, all you got to do is keep in contact with the front of the court. We'd work with you, but you've ignored things. Every time we see you is when you're picked up on a bench warrant.
I'm not ignoring nobody. Why are you sitting here saying that I'm ignoring you guys? I'm not. I don't receive nothing.
Mr. Bustle, why don't you just appear personally before the front of the court sometime since December?
I've been trying. But
okay,
I'm
haven't.
battling cancer and a tumor inside my testicles.
Okay. I barely you're out driving around in a vehicle last night. You could have come to the courthouse.
It's not my car.
All right, Mr. Bustle, you're not very convincing to this court. Ms. Hicks, what's your recommendation?
Your Honor, the front of the court would recommend. 38 days jail, 7 days immediate credit for today. As according to the jail website, 3/16 is his arrest date, or $500 bond to be released without serving the remaining 6 days, and then a return date of May 16th at 8 a.m. on my Zoom.
I can't do no
Right.
more jail time.
Well,
I
here's the
cannot
deal.
afford it.
Mr. Bustle, if you can just reach out to your fiance and your dad, if they can put together $500, you'll be released today. You can be home for
They
dinner.
don't got that money, Your Honor. I don't know how many times I got to tell you. My brother was just in an accident. My dad don't have that kind of money. I just recently moved. I got no money. I'm broke.
I understand.
My fiance's not going to get money until the 27th. And that's when not the 27th, the 21st. She just filed her taxes, and she said that she's going to help me with making a down payment for my child support.
All right, Mr. Bustle, you could have avoided put yourself in this position by ignoring this obligation, ignoring the front of the court, not appearing on February 7th. Even if you lost the paperwork, I understand that. You could have checked with the front of the court saying, hey, I just want to make sure that everyone knows what's going on. I'm having a problem. I've got some disability problems. I don't have the income, but I'm just checking in with the front of the court. That could avoid you being in the situation you're in. Is there anything you want to say before the court imposes a sentence?
I've been trying to call you, been trying to reach out to you guys. My phone is not working.
Okay, Mr. Bustle, how did you reach out to the front of the court? Tell me.
I tried to call repeatedly.
Okay.
My phone has been having technical difficulties.
There's two numbers on my SIM card. You only live a couple miles away. You could be into the court. You come into the courthouse.
Your Honor, I cannot walk. I am dealing with a split testicle.
All right. All right, Mr. Bustle, the court's going to follow Ms. Six's recommendation. This is the sentence the court's going to impose. I'm not going to impose the full 38 days, which I could. You got 38 days you have had. The sentence is that you order to serve 7 days immediate. You give him credit for the 1 day you have served. So that's 6 days in jail, but you can be released immediately upon posting a $500 cash bond. So if you can post that this afternoon or tomorrow, otherwise you serve 6 days, then you'll be released, Mr. Bustle, and you're ordered to appear before Ms. Six at the front of the court on May 1st. I'm sorry, you said May 16th?
Yes, Your Honor, at 8 a.m.
May 16th, 2023 at 8 a.m. Now we're going to put this in order. We're going to email it over to the jail. You get a copy before you release. But when you get out of jail, come over to the front of the court. Get a copy of that 4-page job list. Talk with your caseworker. Let them know that the physical problems you're having. And as long as you appear on May 1st, you'll not go back to jail. You hold the key to the jail, Mr. Bustle.
Is there any way that we can work on something that we're not doing no jail time, please? I cannot afford jail time. I need to get back to my son. I can't lose him.
When you come back on May 1st, we can talk about that, Mr. Bustle. But again, this is reach out to your fiance. Maybe between your fiance and dad, they come up with $500. You can apply toward your rearage. It's not going to find the cost. You can apply toward your rearage.
Your Honor, nobody has that money right now until the 21st when my girl gets her taxes.
Okay. Maybe she's got a sister or other party they can reach out to. That's the sentence of the court, Mr. Bustle.
She's an only child.
The court hears you, Mr. Bustle, but that's the sentence of the court.
I don't got a lot of support anymore.
Right. We're done arguing, Mr. Bustle. Mr. Bustle, we're done arguing. You put yourself in this position. No one else but yourself. You could avoid it by simply appearing when required. Keep contact with the front of the court. Right, with that will conclude this hearing.
Look this. Come on, just open this door so I can fucking leave. Bustle, I can start court now.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, officer.
All right, Your Honor, I'm typing that up. I'll have it uploaded shortly.
Oh my goodness. That escalated very quickly. I was not expecting that exactly. I'm a little sympathetic, but I'm also a little skeptical. That was a lot of excuses. A lot. What do you think? Thanks for watching Court in My Kitchen. We'll talk to you later. Bye.